Hey, did you hear about Donald Trump? Of course, you hear about him every single day, in every single way that the media can possibly inform you. But I found a really interesting piece of information in USA Today.
Another USA Today
Believe it or
piece.
not, I
Look at
can't believe
that.
it. But Donald Trump's appearance at Thursday night's GOP debate in Cleveland just made it harder for him to run as an independent candidate for president, because Ohio is one of several states that have sore loser rules prohibiting a candidate from appearing on the ballot as an independent or third party candidate after they have previously declared themselves a candidate in another party.
I see.
And so,
Didn't he say that he wasn't going to be he didn't raise his hand and make the
yes.
pledge, but didn't I think he did say that he wasn't going to run as an independent, or unless I misheard him.
He wouldn't promise not to.
Okay.
He didn't say he would. He didn't say he would not. Okay. He didn't promise not to.
Okay.
He was the only one who did so. And, I kind of got a problem with these loyalty oaths.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And, and I'm certainly no Donald Trump fan.
What are we, in fourth grade?
Other than, I think he's funny sometimes. And, with that hair, and just the ridiculousness.
Bravado.
Yeah, he's kind of like Americana in a way, like this character who's just fucking ridiculous. But at the same time, it brings up the whole subject of ballot access. Okay, so this law, and people can say, oh, well, that's maybe good. But this law, okay, say, for example, there's someone who didn't get the party nomination because everyone in the party or an evil group within the party conspired and did everything they could not to get them the nomination. But the whole of the populace, or like a large percentage of the populace, still wants that person to run.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of these things that's making it harder for democracy to happen. I wouldn't think, that I would. When I first read this, I was like, ha ha ha, good, Donald Trump, friggin' jerk. But then I just started thinking about it. I'm like, we shouldn't make it hard for people to run, and we shouldn't have all these we should have leaders. And John Husted has never been one. Because he's been about limiting ballot access. But we should have leaders that are like, my job is to make it possible for as much democracy to flourish, because isn't that what we're spreading all over the world, democracy?
Yeah.
And I want, as many people who want to get on the ballot, and we can work out a system to they can have debates and be publicly recognized. People have so many different ways to get information now with the internet. You can go directly to voters. That this seems just like another way they're squashing democracy.
Right.
If you don't if you haven't noticed that the Fox take down Donald Trump movement is completely afoot now. He say what you will about him. The dude was bringing 25% of the polls. And I thought the most revealing moment in American political history, a recent American political history, happened during his answer about campaign financing. He was essentially just said, I give money to these people.
Yeah.
When I need something, they're there for me.
Yeah, I thought the example of calling in a favor of Hillary coming to his wedding was pretty lame. Give us a better one, Trump. We know you've gotten, regulatory breaks and whatnot. Come on.
Well, you can't really. That's one of those things that he's not gonna. As a smart businessman, I'm never gonna tell you that.
Right.
But yeah, he'll give a little dish up like Hillary coming to the wedding that really doesn't mean anything.
Right.
But I also noticed that John Kasich, who everyone was saying, like, oh, he was the most reasonable one. Well, yeah, he used the most reasonable rhetoric.
He's like, I'll take your money.
We know better in Ohio because he's been like a ruthlessly right-wing governor.
Oh, he lives in the asshole of Sheldon Adelson.
Yeah.
Like, that's his money. That's his sugar daddy.
Yeah, and so, but yeah, he was like, I'll take your money.
Yeah.
I thought that was very revealing, and they were probably all thinking, I like your money too, because all I want is money.
Yep.
And then I do what the money people tell me to do. And then I get to have Coke and whores when I go to Camp David or whatever the hell they do.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was the most revealing moment that really showed what a sham American democracy is, because not a one of those other 9 guys said, hold up!
Yeah.
You're wrong, Donald Trump. I only take money from sisters of the poor,
right?
Or
no, that none of them had anything to say.
Had nothing to say
because that's how it is. That's the way it goes. That's how our politics work.
Yeah. So anytime anyone says these are great men, that great men don't do favors.
Yeah.
For other people, for money. Mm-hmm. There's plenty of lesser men, and we saw quite a cornucopia of them.
Yeah.
But great men don't take money. Great men have autonomy of choice and speech in their own lives, and those who take those dollars to get a little bit of that pie in front of the other people are scum.